could soon be two Supreme Court justices with Indiana ties. CNN is reporting President Trump plans to nominate Amy Coney Barrett to fill the open seat. News 8's Demi Johnson joins us now. And Demi, you spoke with a former Indiana Chief Justice.
Yeah, former Indiana Chief Justice Randall Shepard says he and Amy Coney Barrett met about a year and a half ago. Shepard says the two were panelists at a moot court championship at Valparaiso University's law school. He gave us some insight into Judge Barrett and the selection process.
It certainly matters who's on the Supreme Court, and has mattered for quite a long time.
Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death leaves an open seat on the Supreme Court with just about 6 weeks before the presidential election. Former Indiana Chief Justice Randall Shepard says in some ways that complicates things.
You'd rather have it not in the middle of a presidential election, all things considered, but it isn't. It's not like it's never happened before, or that there have been very quick or very lengthy periods in which people were under consideration.
Sources say it's likely the president will nominate Amy Coney Barrett, who is a professor at Notre Dame and sits on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 7th Circuit in Chicago. If chosen, Barrett would become the 6th conservative justice on the court, compared to the 3 justices selected by Democratic presidents. But Shepard says people shouldn't get too hung up on that.
It's not irrational to say that Democratic appointees tend to vote for more liberal positions, and Republican appointees tend to vote the opposite, but it's far from certain. There certainly have been people in more recent years, appointees over the last 10 or 20 years, who simply don't turn out. And hallelujah. I mean, we hope that people are always in a position where they rethink issues and they listen to the arguments that are made to them.
Shepard believes when choosing a Supreme Court justice, it's best to keep politics aside.
Because part of what we want in courts, one of the reasons they have lifetime tenure, it's good to have a part of the government that doesn't have to blow in temporary wind.
And based on what he knows about Judge Barrett, he says she would do well on the highest court in the country.
Everybody can have his or her own opinion about how you fit a nomination into the flow of the national discussion. What I will say is that I know her well enough that most people, if they spent some time chatting with her, would come to the conclusion that she was a decent human being and a really smart person and somebody committed to public service.
Sources tell CNN Judge Barrett is the only potential candidate known to have met with the president in person. President Trump says he'll make his pick official tomorrow at 5. And as for that other justice with ties to the Hoosier state, Chief Justice John Roberts grew up in northern Indiana. Demi Johnson, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
Demi, thank you very much.